And I'm back with a blackout message. And while when I was meditating and focusing on what message I need to give on my channel, I could see a couple, okay? A divine feminine and a divine masculine, they are separated. And I would say they are both stubborn, because the divine masculine thinks if she really loves me, she should fight for me. She should come for me. She should make the first step. And a divine feminine thinks, while he doesn't show any sign of love, he doesn't show any sign that he wants me, so it doesn't matter what I feel for him, he does not want me, so I have to move on. Well, we have two stubborn person, of course, but both of them wants to be the one for the other one. Both of them wants that the other one choose them, because both of them thinks if I'm really, really her soulmate or his soulmate, she or he will knows that. And the ridiculous things, both of them knows that, yes, this is my soulmate or twin flame. But both of them are waiting for the other one to make the first step and do something about it. Okay? Well, this is the image what I got, and I think that many couples are in the same situation today. After I can give you my vision, after you take it, if not, not. But originally, you need to understand that psychologically men are built up. If a woman give themselves to them easily, they automatically won't find any value in that woman, okay? This is psychological. It's built in psychologically in men. So after you can say that today women and men are different, this is a very oldish mentality. And today, yes, women often make the first step, often approach men that, yeah, I find you interesting. And even if this approach finish with a relationship, usually it's finished with control games and not too well, okay? So I'm not saying that you should not make a first step. Sometimes some guys are really shy and walk around you 100,000 times. It's written on them, they want you, and they just want a little sign that you are interested in them. Yes, you need to give that little sign. I'm not saying not, but what people today do not understand, because we have women who become very, very masculine, and I'm not talking about spiritually, I mean masculine and feminine part. I talk about a psychological setup and behavioral pattern that is our society wants women to fight, to stand alone, to be a mother, but be a businesswoman, be perfect. There is a huge, huge pressure on women to do everything and being a perfect, fatal woman, okay? Have a perfect body, perfect face, being a perfect mother, being a perfect wife, being a perfect sexy woman, being perfect in bed, being perfect in a kitchen. There is a huge pressure on women today. And in this pressure, women start losing their femininity. Why? Because femininity comes with a bit of a bit of vulnerability, sensitivity, a kind of softness, a kind of, this kindness, this softness that we call normally femininity. And because of the ruder of this society, women become more and more masculine, and they lose their feminine side, and they start behaving like men, while there is nothing wrong with that when you are a go-getter, when it comes to business, when it comes to your studies, when it comes to... you can't do a business if you are not a go-getter. So you have to have this masculine attitude when you are a woman. But when it comes to love, when it comes to a relationship, you need to soften up. But unfortunately, what's happening is us men become more feminine because they have less responsibility than women. I'm sorry for saying that, but it's true. And that's why women step in there, because when you make a couple, when you get together with a man, you should not take heavy responsibility of a man, because that will feminize him. Do you understand? He will become more feminine. And I think what is the hardest part today in society, that in a couple, especially when there are children, there is a family, the man find his right place and a woman find her right place. And I think when respect disappears and equality disappear, that's when control issues comes up, that one wants to control the others. And unfortunately, this controlling urge, it's in everybody today in a society, because everybody has trauma, everybody had broken heart, everybody had that man, that woman who controlled him or her and destroyed him or her, broke their heart, and everybody wants to avoid it. And what we get, well, if I want to use tarot language, Queen of Swords and King of Swords running around with swords, and after you can't find the Queen of Cups and a King of Cups energy in people anymore, even if they have, they hide it deeply. And we can see really the battle of sexes, okay, different genders. And I have the impression men fight for their sport, that I want this woman, but I want to control her, because if not, she will control me. I had a bad experience because of that. Unfortunately, today in our society, the role models favorize pervert narcissistic people, and more people become pervert narcissistic, or there are many types of narcissistic people. So the narcissism is like, I would say, almost accepted in our society. while people will kill me for this, telling that wants to kill me, but they won't be able to. But just look at that. Even I put up my photo. This is also showing up myself, you know. This is like social media everywhere. People are urged to show themselves perfect, show their life perfect, show they are in control, and that favorizes that people become or pick up narcissistic trait, because I can't say that these people are narcissistic. But in these changes in society that social media caused the last 10, 20 years, women and men don't find their right place, how to approach each other correctly, date each other correctly, how to find the right person for them. And I can see more and more for young generation, they say so easily that I love you, I love you, I love you. But in reality, there is no meaning behind it. They do not know what is love. They think love is lust. They think love is, wow, I look at you, I want you, I find you so sexy, I just want to be with you sexually. And they have a good sex and they fall in love. Do you understand? That is lust. That is not love. And today people can't differentiate such a thing. And there is a kind of fight, a kind of battle between man and woman, who controls who. You can see love coaches giving advice that, oh, don't pick up the phone for 2 days, don't answer their messages, make them run after you. And the funny thing is, both of them teaching the same for man and woman. So after, when there is a soul connection and people, that you can find a man and a woman who can feel this magnetic attraction that is much more than lust, that they can feel there is something substantial, something deep out there. Their brain starts working as the programming of this society, or people say matrix or whatever. You know, this social setup we live in, program their brain. Okay, I can feel there is something, I want this person. So let's seduce him or her. And what is seduction? Usually is gaining control over the other person. And what love coaches teach people? Not to let that happen. Because if you let that happen, after they will run after you. Love coaches teaching women and men that the other person has to run after you. And this seduction game shit starts. And honestly, I can see so many people, men and women, that are fucking tired dating of people, getting into relationship that goes astray, get disappointed, get broken-hearted. There are so many people out there who's like, I can't redo it again. I can't go through this again just to try to find the right person for me. So you finish, society finish with women and men who are traumatized in relationships, and they don't heal themselves. But even if they heal themselves, they don't have the envy to the wish to start again this dating game, this trying to find the soulmate game, because they are fucking burned out and tired of it. So this is a really dangerous game, because after this woman and this man become like, I close my heart, I don't want it to be broken again, I can't go through this game again. So what do? They date guys, they date women, just for sexual satisfaction. We can't blame people like that, because, well, let's be honest, everybody has hormones, everybody has desires, so they go out and have fun, okay? That's how they say it. The problem is that after they become so immune to true love, they become so immune to finding their true soulmate or twin flame. So when they bump into their soulmate or twin flame, they treat that person exactly like a one-night stand. And when they see they are not showing interest in that, they get upset, but they can still feel the connection. So that's when cruel games are starting. And if the soulmate and a twin flame is in the same state than they are, we will finish up with two person, especially twin flame connection, who are fucking deeply in love with each other, but doesn't stop hurting each other, doesn't stop rejecting each other, doesn't stop running from each other. And this is really common. Honestly, when I counsel people, I can see this really often, because I'm not saying that 100, 200 years ago, the man controlled the woman and decided everything, while it was because this system didn't work neither. What I'm saying is people should learn the psychology of woman and psychology of man, and also learn to recognize red flags. Because let's be honest, there are Jezebels out there, and there are male version of Jezebels also. So we can't blame anybody, because there are many men out there, I would say 90% of the men who were once hurt by a Jezebel, and there is 90% of the woman who has been hurt by men who are players. So, yes, your responsibility, you heal yourself. And I think that is the maturity, sexually maturity in love, when people realize that, yes, there are Jezebels, there are players out there, but my soulmate and my twin flame is out there also. So I have the responsibility to heal my heart, so when I meet that person, I will be able to react to him or her in a healthy way. But at the same time, I have to be aware of that I might get hurt by a Jezebel or a player. So I need to recognize the red flags, so I won't deal with people who are Jezebels or players. And this is the hardest part that everybody has to learn today. And just few can master it. I can say that there are many men and women 30, 40, 50 years old, and they are not mature. They are childish in love, childish in their behavior, childish. It's like, I'm not saying that, how shall I put this? When you think lust is love, while you have a serious problem and it's childish. because an 18 years old girl or 18 years old boy will think that, because they know nothing about love. They need to learn, they need to spend time with relationship to understand what is really love, and love is not lust. But when you are 30, 40, 50, and you still think that lust is love, there is a serious problem, because you are too stubborn and you are not learning your lesson, and you are too stubborn and you're not healing your traumas, your broken heart after a relationship. And I will be honest with you, negative energies all around on earth, or we can say in this matrix, really play on this. So people needs to get spiritual so they could listen to their intuition, but in the same time learn. Me, if I would redesign the educational system, I would teach psychology or like physics or mathematics to children, because today you have to have a certain basic knowledge of psychology so you could first of all heal yourself and navigate between these people who are wearing masks everywhere, because that's what you can see today. It's so hard to find somebody authentic, somebody real, who dares to take off their mask and show who they are. And in a relationship, psychology is the basic. If you can't understand your partner, you can't live with them. Sex is not enough. Yes, you need sex, you need to enjoy it. But honey, if your relationship is based on sex, after a few months, or if you are lucky, you can hold on for a year, it will fucking burn out, and you will stay with two people who does not know each other, doesn't fit to each other because they are not soulmates, not twin flames. And after they start hating on each other, and the whole thing goes really astray and really bad. And people has to learn that. Unfortunately, as I told you, most of the people do not learn that, because we have 50, 40, 30 years old women and men out there running around and looking for their soulmate according their muscle size or breast size. And they give a shit about their soul, they give a shit about their deep emotional setup, their psychological setup. They give a shit about who they are really. You are not your muscles, you are not your breast, you are not your, well, I don't want to be mentioned, nasty, you are not your dick, okay? You are not your genital parts. Okay? It's important. I'm not saying it's not. But it's not who you are. It's a wrapping paper. Do you understand? Who you really are is your soul, your psyche, your mentality, your subconscious mind that will come out in your behavior. So your behavior patterns. And people who do not work on themselves, they are a disaster. So when you get together with them, you don't have a happy, peaceful family life, but drama, 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 drama. And yeah, maybe she has a lovely breast. Maybe she have a lovely things between her leg. Maybe he has lovely muscle. He has lovely things between his leg. Maybe he makes love like a god or a goddess. But honey, when you have no peace in that house and everybody just want to get out of it when he or she does their tantrum and they crease and their drama, who the fucks want to live like that? Because you can get that breast or that genital parts between the leg or the muscles and that wonderful stick when you go out, date for a one-night stand and you have fun. But when you want to spend your life with somebody, that does not determine your soulmate or your twin flame. And people do not understand that today. Because they need lovely pictures, they need to work out on social media, they could look good, different filter. By the way, on this photo I have filters, so I have wrinkles, I'm not this young. I don't know how to take it off, I have to ask someone. Anyway, but don't misunderstand, I'm not judging you if you use filters and you look good on a photo much more than in real life. Lots of people do that. But when it comes to choose your soulmate or your twin flame, or you bump into them, people need to change this attitude to dating, because what people has now is really deformed, not normal. It's impossible to find your soulmate or your twin flame with this style people adopted, how they date, how they approach other people. Well, when you watch TV, there is Big Brother. Well, it does not exist. When I watched TV a few years ago, there was Big Brother. Now other TV programs, a series or emissions, they have, but they all based on breast size, muscle size, and seduction and all kind of stuff like that. And when you get know somebody, you have to get vulnerable with the other person. But when you get vulnerable, you give away a part of you. And people are afraid of that because they must have done once or twice or more in their life and they got fucked up. So they don't do it anymore. So the big question, how do you open up to the right person when you've been through so fucked up relationship, not one but many, and you are fucking burned out and tired? First of all, you need to heal yourself, you need to heal your trauma, you need to get spiritual. Please stop doing tarot reading that, oh, this person is mine or not, because you never know what kind of tarot reader is reading for you. And I heard many stories that tarot readers say that, oh, this is the right person for you, and you open up and this person fuck up your life. Actually, it's happened for me when I was not spiritual, okay? That I was told somebody is my soulmate. I trusted him and he really fucked me up. So, do not, when people ask me to read about their soulmate and twin flame, you need to understand, first of all, soulmates, you have many of them. You have karmic soulmates, you have soulmates that are low vibrational, you have high quality soulmates, you have high vibrational soulmates. You need to understand when your soul was born, it was born with many other souls in a group. So, well, I won't get into this. You want to know how the soul was created and what is these groups of soul, please go on Gaia. What is he called? Gosh, I forgot his name. Matthias something. Well, you will see on Gaia there are many spiritual teaching about this. I won't get into this, but there are a group of souls that were created or formed in the same time, and they possess certain similarities. So when you meet somebody from this group of souls, you will feel this special connection, okay? You have many choices, not one, in soulmate. And people are pissed off when I say that. Unfortunately, with twin flame, you don't have many choices. You have only one if you have a twin flame. That is the other thing I do not like when some spiritual teacher says that everybody has a twin flame. It's not true. It's not true. It's really, really rare. Twin flames are very rare. And I won't teach about this again. There are many teaching out there. Because this is a tarot reading channel, I just want to give this message. But twin flames are different to soulmate. You have only one if you have. And if you don't have, don't worry, because I'm telling you, twin flame journey is really tough. People think that, wow, it's a spiritual thing and it's I must have a twin flame, and if they see a twin flame couple, they are so jealous. And don't be jealous, because these people go through fucking hell until get united. Why? It's much, much easier for soulmates. And honestly, sometimes twin flames don't get reunited in that lifetime, so they just finish up with lots of pain and hurt if they get know each other in that lifetime and they don't manage to reunite. And it leaves its trace really deeply for the rest of their life. That is practically, you can't erase it. Do you understand? It stays there. And after, usually they end up with a soulmate or a karmic soulmate if they still not awaken, but in this karmic cycle. And I know many twin flame who didn't get reunited because it was not time yet. And they live a happy life with a soulmate. Do you understand? Or a life mate. You need to understand that you need to find a person who is really the one for you. And it's not the breast size or the muscle size who will determine that. Because let's be honest, with age it will change. But it's when your soul fit with his soul or her soul. When you start living together, first of all, when you are friends, you are capable to talk about things. You have not necessarily common interest, but you are not bored on each other's side. You don't spend with sex 100% of your time because you can't talk about anything. There is no discussion between you that is interest one or the other. There is a problem there. Okay, so when you talk about certain things both of you are interested in, if you can talk, or at least if it's a new thing and it's not your thing, but you are open to listen to the other one and it's interesting for you. You know, there is like a friendship who forms. I'm not saying that every friendship will finish in love relationship, but you can have a soul connection that is becoming a relationship where there is no friendship. You understand? Not every friendships are love relationships, so please don't start playing this game, the friendships with benefits, because that is another shit that this society deformed in love. Okay, I'm talking here when you start dating somebody, please don't focus on sex straight away. Why don't you talk, go out and get know each other? And when I consult people, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked because people get into bed with other people very easily. They don't even know each other. When you make love, you share your soul with somebody. Do you understand? And people through themselves easily one to other, and they don't even know each other. They don't even know each other. So people needs to learn that when you give your body to somebody, you give your soul also. Because they on a sacral chakra, and while it's complicated, I won't get into this again because it's that spiritual teachers who's teaching about this. But when you give your body, you give a part of your soul, that person, and you receive a part of the soul, the other person. Well, rape is another thing. I won't teach about this or don't talk about this because rape is different. Because of the aggression, the soul itself, it's impossible to access to the soul. There is no exchange. Okay? I'm talking about here when there is a very strong chemistry and two people makes love and there is an exchange from their soul. Even that, if it's only a one-night stand, excuse me, when you have an orgasm, you open your soul, that person. Do you understand? And don't care if it's a one-night stand or it's your soulmate or twin flame, you open yourself. So there is a kind of spiritual exchange that can be fucking dangerous when you don't even know the other person. Do you understand? And I'm just shocked that so many people like that. And after, I know because sometimes people have trauma, sometimes people are pissed off with their ex, they want to take revenge, they want to make them jealous, blah, 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 blah. But after they get into the shit with other people's, they don't know, they have sex, they get into marriage, engagement very quickly, they move together very quickly, and after they end up with shit. And I'm telling you, after when you go through this once, twice, 3 times or more, honestly, people fed up. They are burned out. They don't want more relationship. They don't want to go through the same shit again. And that's what I can see from counseling people. And I think the most important things that we need to bring back in fashion, the old style dating, that you go out, you court each other. Yeah, I was told this is not dating, it's courting each other. Okay, so when you get know each other, really talking about each other's life, going to cinema, not to make love, but really to get know, to laugh together, cry together, or I don't know if you both like horror films, being scared together, or just being like 2 souls, 2 person where gender does not exist, but like 2 person, two souls who get know each other. Do you understand? And after you will see, I'm not saying not to make love, to be a nun or things like that, but you don't start with that the first few days or few weeks, for God's sake. So after when you got know each other, you will know if there is a good fit or not already on that level. But I'm telling you, there are deceptive people like Jezebels and player who can fool you even on that level. Then maybe you can get into a sexual relationship with that person, and after move on, maybe move together and see that, yeah, if it works. I'm telling you, nobody can hold more than 1 year the true nature. Okay, so it will come out. If it's a Jezebel or if it's a player, when you live together every day, there will be situation, it will come out. Okay. Problem is that people get married very quickly, become pregnant very quickly, so they have a family set up. I'm telling you, when you think a child will solve a problem in a relationship, it's a no. When you have a child, actually every problem in your relationship will be magnified 10 times, okay? So people should think about having a child with a person who they really support well and everything goes well, and every annoying thing from the other person will be magnified 10 times when you have a child. I won't get into this why, but this is a fact that I think if you have children and you live in a marriage and a family setup, you really think about this, you will say, I'm right. Okay? So you need to really find that person that you can really support every flaws, even if it's 10 times stronger. Even if you're fucking tired, and you can support it, okay? And the problem is that after, when children arrive, they get married, we have a family set up, and we have two persons who are not soul connection, not life mates, not twin flames, not soulmates. So there is no spiritual match on a light side. While that's when deformation starts, because especially if one of them is player energy or Jezebel energy, while I'm telling you it will have a real negative effect on the other one, but it could happen just they are not the right person for each other, but all these arguments, all these horrible things that comes out between them will deform each other's natures. That's when they hurt each other with horrible words. That's when couple become abusive verbally, and some cases sexually and physically, and that is the worst of worst. And I'm telling you, sometimes if you are with an abusive person who has a tendency to do that, the most angelic woman or angelic man become abusive also. Because whatever you tell me, when you are with an abusive partner, to survive, when you don't leave straight away, and be honest, when you have children, when you have financial dependency of that person or codependency that is built out already, it's really hard to leave. I'm telling you, really, really hard to leave. And 80% of the victims don't leave their abuser. What's happening during the years and years, they pick up narcissistic trait from the narcissistic partner, and even they can pick up abusive traits, if nothing else, verbal abusive traits. So that's why when somebody comes out from an abusive relationship, they have to heal a lot and find themselves, their authenticity. Because an abusive partner destroys your authenticity, who you were, who you are. And you pick up their nature, their reaction. And that is really important also. But what I'm talking about is, we are today in this society with many dysfunctional marriages, dysfunctional relationships because of this. And after people say that, while every marriage is like that, so why should I divorce? Why should I change? It doesn't matter. It's like that. I will go out. I will have girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever. Have sex on the sides with other people to satisfy myself if my wife or my husband doesn't want to. People think like that today. The kids will grow up. Most important that the kids won't know anything. Well, honey, kids are sponges. Spiritual sponges, kids. You can hide whatever you want from them. They will feel it and they won't function normally. So, when me, sometimes on my spiritual channel, website, and courses teaching about this, and people telling me that what you're saying is too much, it can't change the world. It's because people are not ready, people are not like that, this is not realistic. And I said, well, if it's not realistic, people will stay in shit and unhappy life. And after, it's your decision, you want to be happy or not. And sometimes the problem is that when twin flames find each other, and after one of them is not healed, one of them is not in maturity in love, this problem arrived that the other twin flame says, no thank you, I've been through this shit so many times, you are unhealed, I'm spiritual, so I have the question that I reunite with you. So she or he turns away and walk towards a soulmate who is the same vibrational, same level than she or he is. And then we have the other twin flame who were already traumatized more, okay? And they fuck up their life more. And who do you blame? Honestly, who do you blame? Because you can't blame the twin flame who walked away, but you can't blame the twin flame who left in a shit. Because that twin flame been already through so much pain. All he or she needs is love. People need to realize that your trauma is your trauma. Only you can heal it. Other people can't. But you need to be fucking strong for that. And today, people take care of their body, take care of their career, their education. That's what our parents teach us, that you need to have a good degree, a good job. You need to have a beautiful body, a beautiful face. So for women to find a good husband, guys need to be have a nice worked out body so women could run after them. That's people are teaching our society, the TV teach people, the social media teach people that this is normal. Nobody teaches about to take care of your soul. Nobody teaches about to take care of your psyche, your psychological setup, to learn psychology so you could recognize people behind a mask. So you could avoid heartache. You could avoid Jezebel. You could avoid players. Nobody teaching that. Nobody telling you that this is important. And for people, it's not important. It's something, spiritual. Yeah, this is a crazy person. Honey, you don't take care of your soul. You don't take care about your psyche. You don't take about your emotions. You will be fucked up. You will be 30, 40, 50 years old and have a life that is fucked up. And I'm not saying, because you can be divorced, you can lose your children, you can have lots of horrible things happen to you. But at the end of the day, you go in a bathroom, you can look into the mirror. What counts? What do you see? A happy person who loves herself, himself? A person who is satisfied with life? Happy with life? Because even if your life is fucked up by other people, you can be happy, you can be satisfied. If you heal your soul, you heal your trauma, you step into your power, become authentic, enjoy who you are in life, and try to make the best of the life what you have. That is an attitude that you can cultivate in your life. But it takes time. It takes lots of healing. It takes lots of spiritual work, shadow work, lots of work. And people do not want to do that, because for them, going 3-4 times a week to the gym is normal. Well, it's a tough work, and you do it. So doing shadow work, healing your trauma, healing yourself, opening up your chakra, that is not important for you. I'm not saying not to go to the gym, but people need to find a harmony between a physical and a spiritual, how shall I put, well-being, okay? Because if you ignore the spiritual part, well, your life will be really fucked up. You might be successful in a job, in your job. You might have a wife who hates you and the whole neighborhood fucking her. But you won't divorce because what's the point? The next woman will be the same. When something is missing, you know? And when you look into that fucking mirror in your bathroom, what you see, a person who has a boring life, who has no passion in their life. The only passion what you get when you go out drinking and fuck a prostitute in the corner. But that lasts a few minutes. But when you get back home to your wife, you look into that fucking mirror and you see a mundane, boring life, and you feel empty. And it's for the woman also. So I'm not just talking about men. But this is when you realize you are dead. Spiritually, you are fucking dead. You have to be awakened. You have to be awakened. And when you get awakened, well, it's a birth process. And sometimes giving birth for yourself spiritually takes months, for some people even years. We call that the dark night of the soul, when you really wake up. But I'm telling you, after you woke up, you work on your soul, you work on your emotions, your psyche, you can step into a level, well, we call it high consciousness. When you align with your high consciousness, that is the spiritual term spiritual teachers use, but that is the life when you can start living satisfied. You have satisfaction. You will still have motivation to go higher level and achieve more. But when you will look into that mirror, your eyes will shine and you will smile. Not because of your muscle or your breast size, just because when you look in that mirror and you see your own eyes, you see your own soul, and you know you are authentic, you know you are happy, you know you are satisfied, you are married or not, divorced or not, you have children or not, it won't change anything on your emotional state. It won't change anything on your spiritual state. You are simply happy. Do you understand? It is possible to achieve that. I'm not saying you never will cry, because crying comes with negative emotions and everybody has. Happiness is not that you're living in a pink cloud that is unrealistic. No. Pain, tears is part of happiness. People need to transform their conception about spirituality, about happiness, about what is the reason why they live for, the purpose of life. Because right now, people are really fucked up in their mind that they think that living is fucking, drinking, eating, having a nice car, having a lovely house, a wife who does not love you because I guess a whole neighborhood fucking her, and children who are spoiled and not respecting you, and you are fucked up. Everything is boring. And people think that is normal. People think that is normal. 80-90% of the people today think it's a normal life, that I wake up in the morning, I take my coffee, I go to work, I go back home, while if my wife is in a good mood, I fuck her, while I will get crazy because the kids will make noise, blah, 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 I'm tired, I'm fed up, I have to get out, have a drink, and have a good fuck with other woman. While men thinks like that, woman thinks, sorry guys, woman thinks differently, okay? But the same thing is a fucking boring life full with masks. They put on different masks on themselves, and authenticity is missing. And exciting living soul is missing also. And happiness generally is missing. Or they show themselves happy on social media. Oh yeah, we have all the photo, the marriage, the pregnancy, the holidays up. So people can see how happy we are, how beautiful we are. But when you go in that bathroom, look into that mirror, that is your test. That is your test, that mirror. When you look into your own eyes to see your own soul, what do you see? Who do you see? Who you are? A dead soul or an awakened soul? And when you are awakened, then you can find happiness in yourself and later on in a love relationship. But it's work. It's a fucking tough work. But I'm telling you, honey, you can find only pebbles on a surface. If you want a diamond, you have to dig down and work really hard until you find that diamond. And it does not mean only your soulmate or life mate or twin flame, but diamond is not just your soulmate, twin flame or life mate, but a diamond is your happiness also. You have to dig down deep, work hard for it to get it. If you don't do it, you just pick up pebbles, honey, you won't be happy. You won't be happy. Pebbles can't shine. Pebble has no value. They will just fuck you up more. Well, this is the message I wanted to give, because these downloads really made me think a lot. And for twin flames or soulmates really found each other and build a relationship, you need two healed and awakened soul. If it's not happening, they both will be fucked up. That is the reality. Even if they manage to get together, they can bleed on each other and fuck each other up, even if they are soulmates or twin flame, because an unhealed, unawakened soul can't make another one happy. It's impossible. You can't. You have to be awakened. You have to be healed your trauma. And do not tell me you don't have a trauma, because today everybody has. The life we live and all these things that are available for everybody, well, all these sick people, unhealed people, hurting each other. Even if you don't have a relationship with the other sex, If nothing else, maybe it's your own father or mother fucked you up. Healing your trauma, healing your soul, getting awakened, getting spiritual should be a basic in human life. And a horrible things, nobody teach about this in school. Nobody teach psychology on a basic level. Nobody teach spirituality on a basic level. I'm not talking about here religions. Spirituality should be taught to children, to know about universe, know about your soul, how to get know your own soul, the fight between your dark and light side. Children should be taught about this. That when you have negative feelings, it's normal. Not, yes, you need to teach a child how to control their dark side. But what do we teach to children? Or if your dark side comes out, you are punished because you are a bad boy, a bad girl. So what people learn is suppressing it. Suppressing this dark side. I'm not saying that you let it out and hurt everybody. No, you need to do your shadow work. You need to know your dark side. Because when you know your dark side, you know how to control it. You will know how to control it. You will know your strength and your weakness. Nobody teach that in school. And this is the basic stuff for being human, being mature. So we end up in a society with adult people running around with a dead soul and a 3-year-old child level of psyche. After 2 months behaving, everybody's behaving like in kindergarten children with adult body. The problem is that children are limited, so they can't cause harm in other children because they are adults who keep them safe. What do you do when they are adults running around with this childish mentality, hurting everybody, and nobody controls them? Because they are adults, they can do whatever they want. People need to think about this. You want to find your soulmate, you want to find the perfect man, the perfect woman. You need to work on yourself. You need to heal yourself. I'm not saying you have to be perfect when you find this person, but at least being awakened, at least have a kind of basic knowledge what's going really on. Because sometimes a couple can heal together. Sometimes a couple can change together. You understand? Well, change is life. Even when you are healed and when you are highly spiritual, when you will have a wife or husband like that, you will change together. You will grow together. But when you are not mature enough, the two persons will grow apart, not together. Well, this is my message. If you manage to listen all of it, because it's quite long, well, you have something to think about now. Well, you can agree with me, you cannot agree with me. It's your choice and your right to do whatever you want. But I think, first of all, you have to work on yourself. And second, you need to find a partner who is your spiritual match, first of all. And secondly, they're working on themselves just like you. And when it happens, you have a 90% chance, 95% of chance that you will build this dream life with your partner, what you really dreaming about. So that dream